And good afternoon from Gator's Garage, the home of all things historical gaming in and around Savannah, Georgia. But today we are talking about science fiction gaming. And hey, before we get much further down the road, be sure you check the description below and click the like button, click the subscribe button, and share with your friends. Also, if you want to buy us a coffee, you can go to our Patreon and give us $5, and that'll buy us coffee and help keep us on the air. So here you go. But yeah, so we're talking about science fiction this week. First thing we want to talk about is Death Fields. It's a War Games Atlantic product. It came out. It's been out for a while. Been out with us for about a year. We like it. We like it for just about any one of your science fiction games. I think specifically they were targeting the big sci-fi game, which shall remain unnoticed, but sounds something like 401k. It takes about a 401k to get into it. So there you go. But these are much less expensive. They retail at about 29.71 with us, which is about a 15% discount. We also sell their entire Death Fields line. This one's nice. You can go for Imperial Guard. You can also use this for Stargrave, which we'll be talking about a little bit later, or any other science fiction game that you might play. One-page rules, just kind of take your pick, and you can really mix and match. So Dev Fields, highly recommend it. We've got their whole line. Grognards are just one example of this excellent line of products. Next thing I'd like to talk to you guys about is, I talk about it a lot because it's one of my favorites, Stargrave. So we sell the figures and the rules. This is the Stargrave crew, which is in stock in the store. You get 20 figures for $27.20, and they can be configured into two complete crews. So if you're playing the game Stargrave, you usually want to have about 8 to 10 figures in your crew. So you can actually, this is a good two-player box. You get this, and you get the rule book, and you're ready to start. You pick up another box of mercenaries or something like that, scavengers, and hey, then you've got the bad guys, another 20 people. That's one of the things we like about Stargrave, which we carry the rulebook for, because it's a low cost entry and a fantastic set of rules. We were just playing this past weekend at Empire Comic Con. I got reminded how much fun it is. Had great shootout in the corridors of a rock planet trying to get after the pirate base. We sell it for $34. So definitely worth getting into. And people are always talking about saying, "Hey, how can I get into an inexpensive miniature war game or miniature agnostic?" Honestly, you can match Stargrave with any of the current science fiction figures you have. Although I'm always happy to sell you more. It's a different take as opposed to armies. That's individuals and actually has an entire campaign system. So I like to call this one as a RPG without the GM. And believe me, being a GM a lot, I appreciate the break. You can run 4, 6 people with a game. It's pretty interesting. We played on a like 2x3 table at Empire Comic Con, and we had plenty of room. Now we had a lot of terrain, but we had plenty of room and had a great time. Next, the game that kind of got me into all this, Starfleet Battle Force. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, it's a videotape case. I would bet that when they built the game, they probably got a good deal on this card game, which is kind of different for the Starfleet Battles universe. If you know anything about it, it's kind of wild and crazy and a little intense rules wise. This, however, is not. It's a basic card game. Everybody has a few ships, and they've got cards that deal damage and cards that defend the ships. If you ever wanted to look at the Starfleet universe, this is actually a pretty good introduction. We also carry their cadet rules, which are on our website, as well as large maps and miniatures. If you want to go stick your finger in the pond of the larger Starfleet universe. But yeah, Starfleet Battle Force, I retail this for $22.95, which is list price, about what you'll find it for anywhere. Again, this is another one of those games that it's good for 2 to 6 players. I don't know about you, but game night sometimes it's like everybody wants to play the same thing. So this will definitely fill that need and introduce people to the wonderful world of Starfleet battles. Taking a side trip here, another game that I discovered years ago and put it in stock in the store. Tiny Epic Galaxies. Literally another pocket game, something you can throw in your backpack or your purse, keep in your car. Again, this is a 1 to 5 player game. Let me see here. Yeah, so 1 to 5 player game, and very easy to get into, easy to learn, easy to teach, good components. Me and Gabby played it this past weekend. Absolutely enjoyed it. We sell it for $25. Come take a look at it. I know Gator Games. We've kind of built our reputation on historical gaming, but we are sci-fi nerds also. We just like our sci-fi a little more on the sci-fi and a little less on the gothic side, if you get my meaning. Back to the Starfleet universe. Did you know that you could actually be a Starfleet Marine commander? This game will let you do that. It's called Starfleet Marines. We've got two versions. There's one called Assault and one called Last Stand, and they're full games in their own right. These are the old hex and counter style war games. So you can see the hex map. They don't have pictures of the counters on here. They're just basic silhouettes. Game plays in anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours, depending on how big a scenario you choose. The maps can even be cut apart and rearranged geomorphically a bit. So it's a fantastic little ground combat game designed to be used in conjunction with Starfleet battles, but just fine also as a standalone game. If you're a map fiend like I am, these are great maps if you play GEV or any of the hex encounter games and you're always looking for different maps. These maps are gorgeous and well done, worth having in their own right. We retail this at $34.95. Again, just kind of giving you guys a heads up, talking about section of the store that really is somewhat near and dear to my heart, and that's this whole science fiction thing. Love the Amarillo Design Bureau guys. Been playing Starfleet for 40 years, and happy to carry their product line. Now, Starfleet Battles is their flagship line and probably their most complicated. Next level down in difficulty is Federation Commander. This is Federation Commander Academy. Retails for $29.95. You get 4 ship cards, and you get a small map and small counters to play the game on. Biggest difference between one of the biggest difference between Federation Commander and Starfleet battles is that you can allocate your energy on the fly. You look over here, you see numbers. These are used to track your energy on the fly as you move and fight your starship across the map board. A lot of folks really like this. It's really kind of took off. It makes it again a little bit lighter than Starfleet battles. Maybe not quite as beer and pretzels as some of the other games out there, but certainly not as heavy lifting as SFP. New product we just brought in. I know with the kind of the re-explosion of BattleTech, a lot of us that play both BattleTech and Starfleet battles have said, "Oh my gosh, wish we had an Alpha Strike version of Starfleet battles." Well, Klingon Armada is kind of it. It's a much more simple than even Federation Commander. It's certainly simpler than Starfleet battles. Again, a whole game in a box here. Now, this is just the rules and ships. You'll have to provide your own miniatures or buy the counters from Amarillo Design Bureau. Eventually, we may carry some of the counters. If you've got Starfleet battles, you can obviously use your Starfleet battles counters and hex map and play Klingon Armada. And I don't think anybody would say boo to you. So there you have it. Just a quick short update from Gator Games and Books. Saying hi, saying hey. We're more than history. We've got some good science fiction offerings. Swing by and see us. Drop us a note on our page. Click and like the video, and we'll talk at you later.